Evening, welcome to Question Time Live, episode 145. My goodness, long day again. That's just weird, isn't it? I literally just sat here tidying up a few more jobs before end of day, and yeah, it hits me again. It's just not my time of day. This is there any chance we can start doing a Question Time Live at around 5 to 5:30 a.m.? 6 at the push, because I am at my finest at that point. It could be seriously good. No, in all seriousness, I look forward to this and seeing what questions we have in store for me this week. So daylight. I mean, the daylight has shifted massively. I do think I need to invest in a pair of curtains and get my bedroom blacked out, because irritating me at the moment. But there we go. But I can report it was nice and bright. I had a nice early morning up here today, buggered off, and it's nice. Very, very quiet. I love an early morning. You get that kind of fresh, dewy air, don't you? It's my bag and the farm, all nice and quiet, catching first feeds in a lot of the ponds as well. So and then on with the day, back home for school run and back here and see what madness brings. So please do remember to start posting some questions in. We'll get stuck into them soon. We obviously massively into the candidates for the videographer role. I've got to say, having been doing it quite a bit recently, obviously with the candidates that have been interviewing for the role on the test shoots, I miss it so much. I genuinely, although probably the period I've had at the sort of turn of the year, certainly from sort of end of Jan onwards, has been so chaotic with the platform rollouts or the change and transition and all that stuff, getting on to shipping, you name it, it has been crazy. And I've had to obviously fill in a lot of gaps just as we're getting this thing, rolling. You've got to. It's with us as the core guys to set the benchmarks, set the standards before we start passing it off to anybody new who comes in, because I think it's keen that we take the learnings from the year before, make sure it's all fixed, everything's in a good spot before we go changing or passing off or all the rest of it. Because still, ultimately, we're just about 2 years into building this stuff, and it's what it is. So waffling too much. As much as the time hasn't really been there for shooting the videos, it really, for me, leaves a massive hole just in the whole ecosystem created. Obviously, the content's been a massive part of it. Me sharing what I know with you guys, trying to make you all better koi keepers, make the hobby simplified, more enjoyable for you. And it's not really been until I've been shooting the past week or so with these guys that I miss it. That camera goes up. It's actually been interesting because I've let them bring concepts to me and just shot with it. And I did one yesterday. I've actually just been watching it before I come on. It's just been sent to me. Very nice bit of work. And the concepts, five myth busting, 5 different scenarios. And it's where I want to be at. I get the feeling as soon as we're set back with us, it's going to just be like a tsunami, absolute tsunami. If your wives are sick of me now, I think given, when we get a month or so down the road with this, they're not going to want you to turn telly on. If they'll see YouTube come up, they'll just fuck off our room. Absolutely, promise you. Can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. And I think, as ever, when we have a bit of a reset, I think we'll get that sort of Mark II phase. Got some nice ideas on how I'd like to shuffle it around, maybe make some tweaks, improvements, mix up some of the stuff like with a grow out series. And you never know. One concept I've been sat on because I didn't quite, know how we'd execute it. I think I'm getting closer to understanding as I kind of research it off in the background. So yes, there it is. And in fact, I'm going to shout. It's just finished transferring over. Let me see if this can load up, because I think the opening clip of this will about sum up probably what you've been missing when you flick that YouTube up. Let me roll this for a minute. I'm really, really happy with this. Anyway, let's see if it'll do it. Will it do it?
New and old. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a bit of myth busting. I'm going to explore 5 misconceptions in koi keeping that you're going to find super interesting. Doing it in my style, no bullshit. We're going to look into these 5 individual topics, and I'm sure you're going to learn some very interesting stuff from it.
There it is. Look, no more than a few minutes in. So there you go. There's a teaser of it. I can't wait to get set and actually get firing on it. So happy days. There we go. So I've got a few bits of news for you. Some cool platform related stuff for you guys. If you sat there wondering what the hell I'm on about, obviously as we're building this out, Ricky Stoddart nishikigoi.com is exactly what we have built up or been building. A completely one-of-one experience, I believe, for the whole process of when you buy fish from me through to the raising, the raising services that we do, which on a side note seem to be becoming quite common practice around the place, around the scene these days. I'm glad I'm such an inspiration. And we're there with it. So you can join rickystartnishkigoi.com. Obviously, we've got the auctions. I've got a big one coming back next week, which I know a few of you from the WhatsApp group have started asking about, because I know it's missed. I've been missing it as well because it's good fun. But it's going to be the Mark II, just like the auctions are now. Finally got to that place. If you may well remember, it'll be back from when I used to do the live auctions here on the channel through YouTube. Really, the engagement side was always fantastic, but such a clunky, horrible process with the lag, questionable on last bids, you name it, no real slick process for sort of finishing it off after. And all built in to, we've now built finally, and I said I'd fix it. It took me longer than I thought, but I think we fixed it good and proper. And we're even going to go, further than where it's at. But now you can be on that one device, especially while we're doing the live auction. Started the first one on Sunday as well. So you can be on that one device, and the live streams there. You can have the video, audio only. We've got our own dedicated community chat and all that there. You can knock it to the side and focus just on the auction if you wanted to. So yeah, I'm loving every moment of it, and we just continue to push. Sometimes it's little pushes behind the scenes you can't see, that's just improving process for us. And then sometimes it's a shared one, which is actually today. So the big one for us, this is something something I actually came up with some time ago, and at the time, I thought this is maybe more of an exciting one for you, but I think it was actually more of a practical one for you guys. But I think you're going to love it nonetheless. So Dan has pushed it up today. It's our an improvement to our shipping module Mark II, if you like. So you've had the ability on there. What we do is we completely disconnect shipping from your fish purchasing, because there's all the things of wanting to put multiple fish in a box, not necessarily knowing when you want to ship it straight away. Of course, then on the flip side of that, we have our preparation process that we need time for. So there's deadlines, there's set dates, you name it. It's not just like going and ordering something off Amazon that they can leave at the doorstep. You need to make sure, it's all thought about, it's all planned. So we did all that. That's out there already. I think people have been loving it. You don't need to speak to anyone. You can just get it done at your own convenience and leisure. And then we get to the next bit, which is a while back, and I actually almost had this robbed and copied from someone I was working with previously, but luckily it stayed under wraps, protected that one. The new module actually works off of a calculation set that I've done behind the scenes that Dan's taken and worked his magic on. So now for us behind the scenes, what it's actually doing is when you book your shipment in, it's actually populating, and you will see this on your side as well. Now you'll actually see what box setup it's configuring for you as well. And it's pretty mega. So you'll see also we have two sizes of boxes, and you'll get to see if it's one box, two boxes that we're using. You know, that's all done at the click of a button. You book it in, system goes and figures it out. So it's all the lads here, especially if Cole's doing the packing without me. It just lists out the complete, you know, small box, big box, what fish is going in each box. It figures all of that out as well. It's seriously fucking slick stuff. And it's now we've built the whole thing into DX as shipping system as well. So obviously we manage it all from our side now to printing labels, you name it. But we've actually hooked into their tracking system. This is the slick bit, because we've had a bit of an issue with people not getting text and messages with the tracking information. So we've pulled it all into our site now as well. So when they add updates to their system, we get to pull them through. I think Dan set a really cool email chain up, so you'll get email notifications along the way from us now. And as well as that, you know, the minute it's booked in, the tracking information will be in your profile. So the shipment you've booked, the tracking information and everything will be in there for you for each box as well. So if it creates two boxes, you'll get each tracking number in there for it all. I think it's cool. Like I say, I think that mainly it really helps us, our side, cut down on process and bits and bobs. But I think another nice touch for you to see what you can, you know, exactly what you've got coming and manage it all nice and slick on our site. So yeah, if you've got fish coming, that is now live on there. And if you've got a shipment booked, yeah, it'll all be there for you to see. I do believe, which is mega. And then the last bit was actually something we stuck on there, and we didn't know. I've not fully known how to use it, because as we launch new things, it changes a bit of process behind the scenes doing it. You know, you name it. And it was the fixed price stuff we've got on there, just known as the koi for sale page. And I've had the idea in my head. I didn't know how quickly we'd get to it. So the pond side sales, which we were running through WhatsApp, which people absolutely loved, where we'd open the group up, have some interaction there with you guys, and just fire some fish through as we're working through them. I thought, cool, you know, this we could make this a lot slicker as well. And sure enough, next week some point, I'm not sure what day, I've just got to check my diary because there's quite a lot in, but next week some point we will be having the first live pond side sale, where it'll be hosted on the website. It'll be the best place to be. You can come on. We will be streaming, me and Cole working away, prepping those fish. You'll be with us for the entire process. You can check in, check out. I don't know how long it's going to be on there for. It could be quite a long one. And as we're prepping the listings, they will go up live. You'll see what we're working on. We'll fire them up on the site at fixed prices. And just the same as before, first come, first serve on those ones, but it's powered obviously by the system that's driving it now as well. So all that will just, you can go off and you'll complete it all yourselves there, and then your fish will be instantly in your collection there. And on top of that, you'll be able to just, you know, sort out the shipping or your own thing. So I think that'll be seriously cool. Obviously, what you can just be on device, the stream will be there, and the live chat will be there, the whole interaction. So stay tuned for that one. And yeah, that's about all the news I've got for you. The other one is that I think we're at a point now. I had a look the other day, and we've been shipping some insane amount of fish out. I mean, there was, I think, about 70 odd collected. Our collection event Sunday, we've been in some crazy numbers week after week after week now. I looked the other day, however, and apparently there's still, I think it was sat somewhere between 350 and 400 fish, guys, that need shipping. So, of course, like I've said, we've been super patient, certainly while the temperatures and everything was a little bit unpredictable. But we've got everything down there. Everything's been settled for a good amount of time, and everything's bedded in. So it's a polite nudge from me and an encouragement for if you haven't gone ahead and tried sorting shipping of your fish yet, please look into getting that done. So I can, I don't want to ideally have to start moving stuff around too much, throwing them together in different ponds. It's much better to try and keep them where they are, just put them through the shipping process and away. So yes, please. There's the polite version for now. We'll stick with that for a little while longer. Other than that, let's get into to some of your questions, ladies and gents, and see what you've got. I can't see crazy amounts coming through, but feel free to get it loaded up, ladies and gents. You've got me here, so make the most of it while my eyes don't need matchsticks to keep them open. Let's have a look. Start from the top anyway. Good evening. Mr. Garton, evening pal. A question about Miss Toyota. Yes, how do the Tatigo you have at the farm compare to the ones still in Japan? Do you feel like they'll get better results? I was wondering the reason behind it. So I've not seen them since December. I'm not sure. It'll be nice to see when I do get there what the difference is. So yeah, and then we'll see from there. Do I expect the results to be better? No. It was a fine line. I took, because it was limited numbers I could leave there, I decided on the few that I thought were the absolute cream of the crop. Some that I actually hope will be male fish that can stay there and maybe be a candidate for a male parent fish or two moving forwards. So that was the decision maker. But there's fish, the most of those Tatigoi would have been more than worthy to be there and stay there, to be honest. Growth wise, I don't think they'll be any bigger. I mean, I'm sort of mid-30s already. It's a cracking size for a Tosai. Knowing N&D stuff, I think that'll be really bang on par as well. And yeah, even the volume, you've seen that on, and possibly even heavier here now with the lighter stocking level and the way I'm hitting it. So we'll see by the end of it. But it was a very fine line with that one, and it's only a judgment at that time as well. Obviously, things grow, things change, and it's nice to assess them along the way. But I've not had that opportunity with all of them at this moment. Good evening, Ricky. Great seeing you and Colin last Sunday. Can you explain why sudden weather changes affect koi so much, especially their feeding behavior and health? Yeah, I mean, not too much, but atmosphere, when the atmosphere changes, pressure changes, oxygen changes, there's so much alters that the fish pick up on. They are quite sensitive things. But atmospheric change can alter oxygen levels, especially. So yeah, that's the main one. And obviously then heavy rain, especially in Japan, because their rain is really quite acidic, can alter your pH in your water quite quickly. There's quite a bit. I mean, most people won't track this. That is one thing I have tested quite heavily, was the change in oxygen throughout the day, because I always noticed a big change in fish behavior in my heavily stocked, heavily fed ponds. And it really was the swing in oxygen as you get to that part of the day as well, where obviously algae changes and starts consuming oxygen rather than producing it as well. It was really quite vast, Mickey. So there's a lot goes on, and obviously not forgetting, you know, the water is taking up, especially with oxygen and stuff like that, it's being absorbed at the surface. It's not being pumped in, so to speak, from your air pumps. So, you know, it can change what's going on in that environment. Mickey missing Retford. I don't get that one, pal. I really don't. Doing well, mate. Doing well. It needs a bit more time. Stupid one decided to jump on a holding net in the pond and piss itself off. It's fantastic what koi do, isn't it? Really is. That's in relation to my tsunami of videos coming. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Brilliant. Can't do a lot about that one, Craig. David, Ricky, do I need to do anything with the carp pops on my ND Sankey? No, just wait. When that water gets warm enough and it settles, it'll clear itself off. Hi, Ricky. I had clay weekly, just wondering if I was to add salt ready for the new arrivals to do both work together well. No one removing the other. There's nothing there, Mike. So yeah, you can absolutely crack on. I see no issues in doing that whatsoever. Cheers, Ricky. Tell you what, I'm going to change over to my thing. That click of that mouse is driving me mad. There we go. That's better. So we've all got a fish that we've named a ridiculous name. What's yours? Ours is Bianca, redhead with a black leather spot making it. So she was called after Bianca from. Stuart, fair play, mate. I don't. The only fish I have named is my female parent fish, Miss Toyota. That is the only one, mate. And my very first fish that I claimed out my dad's pond back in the day was a magoi. And yeah, I'm not going to say what I did call it, obviously very innocently as a child, but I think it could be seen in this world that we live in today as not too politically correct. So I'll stay away from that one. But that's it as far as I can remember. I reckon what parents set breeders koi's kibius for show it's Eastern bloodline. So that is what is at the heart of it, AD. And yeah, fantastic. I know you obviously just got your new acquisition, mate. Well done. What is that guy's shower really are the nuts. Pad. Beautiful. Beautiful is the word I use. I really think they are. Evening, Pierre. Ricky, could you talk to us about koi struggling to come out of winter, spring, unheated ponds and i.e. sleeping sickness against just being slow to recover from cold temp? Yeah, I mean, these cold temps, they really can set into them a little bit, and the warm-up, depending how the warm-up goes, can actually start causing a lot of the problem. The issue is that you could probably solve that problem a lot faster if you were heated, because you'd get the immune system firing. But unfortunately, what's happening is you're warming up into a state of limbo, really, where it's probably trying to fire, but the fish is vulnerable to a lot of stuff. It's not an ideal scenario, unfortunately, and it depends how rough, how cold that winter's been. Of course, you want to make sure there's nothing parasitic. What it can be, if you've got a fish that's weak because of the kind of winter it's had or the warm up it's had, they can be, you know, your opportunistic parasites, your costias and things like that. It's prime food for them to go and get nailed by it as well. So it's tough. You know, salt can be a good one for this because it will help bridge if there's an immune, they're struggling with their immunity. It can really help just boost, you know, take some osmotic pressure away, let the immune system that's not firing at its best anyway do a little bit more to help it recover. But the best thing, ideally, if you free of parasites, you've done that, is pray for some stable, warmer weather, get that water temperature up, which is often what it takes to fix them. Unfortunately, chemicals can be one of the worst things that you do in that case, because it can actually really knock them back. What will the difference in koi development be? Summer constant 22 versus 24, assuming the cyan older feed sake balance. To be honest, one of your ideals is to actually cycle between the two. As you get warmer, your 24, 25 realm, you will push length growth faster. But at the cost of that is you need to generally feed a lot more. It can be trickier to feed a lot more because oxygen levels are different. So you've got to make sure you can stimulate that appetite, because you've got to feed a lot more you'll get that length growth, and to try and match it with volume, you've got to feed a hell of a lot more food. Whereas if you've got a set feeding level that's sort of set for that 24, 25 realm, if during a period you drop down to 22, it does slow things off a bit, and you'll get a bit more bulk in that period. So I had a couple of ponds last year. I was cycling, every couple of weeks up and down between the two, and it seemed to work very, very well. But yeah, you've got a difference there. Both, I mean, the big thing there is when you've got constant, you're going to get good results at either. And I think the thing here is, if you kind of look at that going, I think, cost-wise at 24, 25, it's going to be a stretch too far. At 22 constant, you're still going to get great results, because you can get the stability enough to build your filter, build consistent growth, which is always going to win in the long term. So I hope that answers that one for you. What are the pros and cons of a long summer, 5 months at 22 versus a short summer, 3 months at 24? Yeah, I'm going to go whatever it is, the longer period, because the shorter period, well, that actually really ties in there, because what you could do is part of the cycle there between 22 and 24. The problem is 3 months there, just pummeling it with food, because you've only got 3 months. You're possibly rushing it. I've done this myself in the past when I've been unheated. There's a lot more pressure for me to get that summer season right. Whereas I want to be looking at my fish, especially when they're becoming bigger, over a 12-month period. It's more sustainable. You're not going to be doing anything daft. You're possibly stressing the pond less as well. So you look at them over that time period and what that program looks like. But again, a consistent 3 months, take the temperature out of it, a consistent 3 months versus maybe an inconsistent 5 months is going to be better. I'm just not seeing your pros and cons there, the 5 versus the 3. That just as I'm seeing the time, I would want the 5, because I think you've just got more opportunity there to work with it over that time period. It can take time to build your filters up, as well. And there's always ups and downs throughout it. So if you've got, for me, your shorter period, you really got to get everything spot on. And you're going to lose time as you get your build up as well. So yeah, the 5 months is the one there, in my opinion, regardless of the temperature. Eric, I know you've advised to treat 5 days after the third day of gill flukes with standard Learnex, but my pond is only sat at 10 degrees. Yes, that can stretch it out. I mean, you might want to be closer more to the sort of 7-8 day cycle on that one, because it should, in theory, slow things down on that one. Good evening. Yes, very well. Thank you very much. Evening, Ray. Ricky, what do you charge to grow fish after sale if I were to invest in a few fish but I'm not ready to receive them? That really depends on, not every fish comes with the options. It's all actually laid out on the site now. So, I mean, we've been doing some little coda fish recently that I added a conditioning service to, which is just to plump them up, you just stick them on a little bit before they start getting shipped out to people. I thought it was worthwhile. We didn't charge for that. Then it depends case by case then if it is available, because what I tend to do is look obviously where the fish is. I know the costs associated with it then. So I can't tell you specifically now, but anything on the website you see, if there are services available, it will tell you on the listing and what the cost is for that. Sure, I've answered that bit. Neil, what's occurring with the Chagoy? I am putting the update out for that tomorrow, because we've had a bit of a replan on how we're actually going to execute on it, given it's gone on a bit longer than we expected. So stay tuned for that one coming tomorrow. Just been finishing plans on that today. They're looking amazing though, by the way. I am so impressed with them. The color, how the body's starting to build out on them. They really are going to be phenomenal things. Yeah, Darren, I said with that one, mate, please drop to one of the chat on thingy on the website, or drop us a piece requesting, mate. I don't want to use question time for dealing with admin stuff. Can source water, tap water, cause green water? Having issues with my pond and my fancy goldfish tank, and the only common factor is the same source water. I mean, it could be particularly high in nitrate. Is it a new pond that's potentially going wrong there with that one? Obviously, new water that's not got much of a balance. You hit it with strong sunlight, away it goes. 8,500 litres of 55 watt UV sun and half shade. How old is the UV bulb? So it could be a same thing there. If your tank is getting strong light, I've had that with one of my tanks in past. When they were getting it, I actually ended up with a UV on that. It was the best way of controlling it. So a few things there to check, Carl. When feeding undercovers at 24 undercovers, how do I get rid of DOCs? DOCs, I mean, obviously, you know, increasing your water changing a bit, providing you know your source water's good. More frequent discharge of your bottom drain and stuff in your filters. Yeah, all bits like that. Potassium, you can remove organics with very quickly, but it's still not, I mean, with the problem in that, if you're in your growth season, is you need to be coming off the food. It's riskier. You're in that much warmer water phase. Or you can use foam fractionation is a good one as well for getting rid of it, kind of a natural one. So yeah, a few things you can try there. Have you ever had any luck with dropsy? Oh, sorry, I've just missed Pierre's there. No, you've not missed anything, Pierre. I have put a few messages out, so they got hit with bad sleeping sickness, and they're out of it. They're recovered. You know, they're putting weight on well. I just don't want to interrupt them too early. Fucking great, this in it with live fish all the time. You can make all the best plans in the world, and they just go and screw you over. So you really have to get used to that. Have you ever had any luck with dropsy? Few instances with it. It's very tough because obviously injectable antibiotics can work sometimes. Sometimes they can actually add to the issues. Once in a particular fish, I don't think it was full-blown dropsy, but it was close. There was something internal causing that swelling, and actually really heated a small amount of water up and used a treatment known as Octazin, which is actually for aquariums. And it did the job in the instance where this fish was. It really did the job. Even Ricky, even though trying to listen to the first part, kitchen eating dinner for customers who shipments to arrange that aren't being DX. No, Marie, I've seen your message as well. I will get onto that. Evening, Mark. I reckon some of my fish are impossible to net. As soon as the net is beneath them, they jump. Any suggestions? Peter, the best suggestion I can give you is I did a full video on netting and handling koi that's on the channel. Find it and have a watch, because I gave all the sort of tips and bits and bobs away on that one. Hi mate, what would have the lowest? What would you have as the lowest memory? I've got mine about 0.16 readings and won't seem to come down. Not sure if the filter just needs to catch up. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I don't like any sort of presence of ammonia like that will show. It will show on a liquid test. We are diving right into it, Matthew. I couldn't tell you what is potentially the cause there. Is it heated, unheated? Jesus Christ. Can you all hear that? Absolutely batting down out there with hail. Madness. Won't seem to come down. Not sure if the filter needs to catch up. Possibly, because you're at that stage, obviously, you've got no nitrite, so it sounds like you're just not converting fast enough at the moment. How bad is that making the sound here? Because it sounds horrendous. On your end, it sounds horrendous in here. KH is obviously a big one worth checking on that one. But is it heated or unheated? That's what I need to know to move any further on that one. Hi Ricky, currently struggling with a bacterial disease and I'm starting to dose daily with Burcon Aquatic, keeping my oat reading around 400 millivolts. How long would you suggest doing this for? Currently on day 2. Fish ulcers are showing good signs, redness going down, going pink. Issue starting with gill flukes added and new fish that had an outbreak. I watched the video from you last month regarding. Dean, to be honest, yeah, I've got Vercon for me, you can 5 days. But what you've got to do is obviously at some point you've got to start replenishing with your good beneficial bacteria. So no more than sort of 5 days on that one for me. Whether or not it's enough to keep it away, I don't know. But I would just refer you to the full video I've done around. It was around bacterial infections, really. I'm sure it was something somewhere. On the channel. I'm always reluctant to let people think that you can just get away with stopping a proper bacterial infection just with Vercon alone. They're complex, and what you can it could be the early warning sign. You knock it back a little bit, and at some point you're going to get a second round without kind of veterinary intervention. It's difficult because it depends just how aggressive it is and what it is it's attacking, how bad, if it is more bacteria, waterborne based as well. Let's have a look where we've got to on that. But yeah, I'm sure, people might remind me, I'm sure I did a video on that one. I'm trying to think if it was that or I did. I know it's on there somewhere. It's 14 months now, brand new UV bulb last week. I've been water changing like mad. Yeah, well, I'd definitely stop the water changing, Carl, because that ain't going to help you. You'll be upsetting the balance of the pond. Brand new bulb last week. A brand new bulb can take, a couple of weeks to really kick in and do its job. And yeah, stop water changing like mad. Let your pond find its balance as well as the UV doing it. Ian Ricky just managed to save a fish with what appeared to be dropsy. Any recommendations for aftercare? How long should I continue to salt the pond now the fish is back in? I mean, if you're keeping that, I don't know the history of how you've had it. If it sounds like it's back in your pond and it is properly healed, shouldn't be too much need to do too much treatment from here on in if you have got the job done properly. I think I've intervened in there must be a bit of chat in between you guys there. But happy days, Mark. That's on the ducks, yeah. If you're not too, have a look at Optizin. I think it's a water life treatment if I remember right, and just see if you can make it work with the amount of water that you've got it in. Cole's Sunday night, not the Wednesday night shift. Can't have him in here causing chaos on a Wednesday. Ian Ricky, how do you calculate the weight of food per day in your ponds without weighing all the fish? Just, yeah, mine's observation time to consume. That's how I set it on and monitor it, the increase, and just monitor the performance of the pond to see how that's coping with whatever I'm feeding as well. If he's recommending the video, my goodness, that weather is outrageous. It's 22 cages kept at 6. Has it been warmed up recently, Matthew? So is that what we're doing? Is the pond just genuinely at a point where it's just felt a bit of pressure? And you're right, it just needs time to push back through. It sounds like it could be that one. On a serious note, what percentage increase in feeding would you go for when gradually upping the feed? I monitor it. And to be honest, we are on the feed settings. So obviously with the JBL feed, you've got the bars. And then with the Japanese ones, I prefer I can just increment it in seconds. And it's just a case of being steady and not going too wild all at once. I mean, 10% in a week, yeah, you might not get away with that week on week. And it depends, obviously, what it's 10% of generally, because it might end up being quite a chunk more food overall. But you know, in a pond I might look at in there, it might be a couple of seconds per feed. If it's really warm, I'll give that a day or 2, 3 to adjust and then go again. Will you be doing anything special in the future regarding Golden Thorpe? Oh, Mark, I mean, what you might want to do is look out for my Sunday Night Live collection this week. I've been in my golden corn stash, the big stash, for a few bits today. So yes, definitely have a look at that. That was wild, absolutely wild. Yes, Cole will be back if he's available. Absolutely. I had success with dropsy with proflavin and his sulfate. Yeah, I could see that years ago before he came down. The dropsy again the following year. Yeah, it's really a tough one. In the case with the Octazin, by the way, it didn't come back. Watching the pond is the natural pond with sloping sides, so I can't pin them from the sides. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's not a case of pinning to the side. The biggest thing is you will get them to jump. What you don't want to do with the net is come at it from the bottom too much. It's really important to try and get that angle. So if it does jump, it just jumps within the pan of the net as well. The net you've got could be a problem as well, because when they're too deep in the pan, as you're pulling it up, there's just too much elevation it can get to fire off. So, yeah, not much more I can add to that one, Peter. Okay, thanks, mate. We're trying to visualize what feeders you use. Yeah, it's Japanese. God, what are they called? Oh, God, I forgot now. That's gone completely. They are expensive, and I can't remember what they're called. I know they're made by Kamiata. If you search Japanese solar power feeders, you'll get them. My sort of thing with them is, I think for the kind of hobbyist level, the JBL one is more than satisfactory for doing the job. Reliability wise, I'm questioning them a little bit with how many I've had go wrong on me over time, but they are in a very, very intense environment in them greenhouses. I don't know if that's anything to do with it. It does expose a lot of equipment. But for me, the kind of granular level in seconds is more beneficial to what I'm doing and what I need, but not something I see that you guys actually need all that much with hobbyist ponds. Me too, mate. Me too. I've hit the bottom of the pile, ladies and gents, and I've got to say, I'm not going to be a cop-out. I'm sat here right now, and I don't know if it's come through. Apologies if it has. On top of the rain hammering the roof, I feel absolutely fooped. I really do. I'll answer these last couple, and I'm going to go and have a wander around, get locked up here, and get myself driven home and pin some over windows tonight, I think. Stu asking me any events planned. No, other than, like I say, next week we're going to do our first live Pondside sale, and then go from there with that one. There's a particular shipment I want over here, Stu. Let's just say that's got event material in it, pal, but it's not here yet, and we've got a bit of a backlog to work through still at the moment. This might get you talking a bit more. No, fuck off, man. Would you consider saving the yellow white fry from this Toyota for Benigoi Kowaku? There wasn't enough of them, to be honest. There was a lot, but there was no quality to them, so there was no point saving. The few I did save, there was a few really nice ones, but not enough to warrant another pond. Benigois, I absolutely wouldn't. If I had another pond, I love Benigoi. I'm not always a mass fan of them from Showa, but yeah, I mean, if I was doing Kowaku sporting, I would be keeping all them Benigois. Trust me, especially when knowing what the parent stock would be for the Benny potential. So, but yeah, not so much for me. You're trying to spawn Showa. Focus on that one. So now then, buddy. There we go, ladies and gents. I'm going to call it a day at that one, and I'm going to just finish reviewing this video that's came in, go and lock up and get myself off. But I will be back with Col on Sunday, like I said, for that one, for a bit of chatter. And next week there won't be any question time live because I believe I'm at a wedding with the wife, and it's my birthday the next day. So who knows? I might go and get good and drunk. Yeah, I don't think streaming from a wedding. I can see me getting into trouble there somewhere. Definitely. Yes, Mickey, rowing home, pal, rowing home. So yeah, there'll be none of that then, but we've got Sunday and whatever day we end up doing the live Pondside next week, which I'm looking forward. If I've managed to pull it off how I'm thinking, it's going to be cool. So hopefully you can join me for that. It will be in the daytime though, but over. I think it's going to probably possibly be an hour, 2 hour stint by the time we're done. We'll see. First one will be a test. So there we go. Thanks to everybody who's joined me and for all of your questions, and I'll catch up with you again